just so you don't have a drastic temperature change on the fitting. Nice level across the two. I was able to press this top coupling. Once we get that plate on there, then we will get the rest of the trim. Not a million of them, but still. Good afternoon. It's James from Pipe Doctor Home Services. Afternoon, 3 minutes into it. It's Monday morning. It's a gorgeous day. 55 degrees out, as it reads on the Mercedes-Benz Sprinter. I am leaving Jamaica, or I am attempting to leave Jamaica, Queens right now. I just finished a conversion from a 3-handle shower to a single-handle shower. We put in a Moen Posi Temp with a remodel plate, the shower trim and escutcheon, and a new diverter tub spout. All said and done, from the time of cutting tile to the time of having the water back on and running was 2 hours. There's time spent before and after, because originally we were going to rebuild this 3-handle shower, but once I determined that somebody had stripped the brass seats inside the body, they rounded them out, so it's near impossible to get them out. The customer was like, why don't we go with the option that I originally said he should do, which is just getting rid of the 3-handle and converting to a single handle. So we did that, got it all done. I think it came out pretty nice. Customer's happy. Left the shower head because he liked the shower head he had. So I gave him the new one that came in the box. I just left it with him because he paid for it, so why not? And yeah, I'm on my way now to Woodmere to go fix the toilet, so we'll see how that goes. But yeah, check out the video. Let me know what you guys think. Check out the description below. I have the information on how you can email me directly at plumbguyny@gmail.com in case you had any questions or you wanted to reach out to say hello. Also, I have a merchandise shop with a link and a couple other links for my recording equipment, tool bags, stuff like that. Let me know what you guys think. I hope you have a wonderful day. Enjoy the rest of your week. I know it just started, but let's be thankful that we're doing what we're doing. And yeah, I don't think I can go this way. All right, we'll figure it out. Yeah, let me know what you guys think. Thanks for watching. All right, so forgot to record, but changed out these angle stops. I'll see if I can fit escutcheon plates behind there. We have this 3-handle. We were gonna rebuild it, but the issue is that the brass seats, somebody in the past stripped these out, and they're not as smooth as they should be. So we had a discussion, and they want to go the route of putting a single handle shower body in. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna use this remodel plate, the template of it, to cut the tile here to gain access to this 3-handle valve. It's a brass shower valve behind the wall. And then we were gonna put in this Moen remodel plate. So I got my vacuum, my grinder with the diamond tip blade, which isn't so diamond tipped anymore, but it works. My mask, safety first. We'll get this cut open. Wish me luck. One little tip, because I've done this so many times. You can see here, this is the template to use. You can see how much smaller it is than the actual faceplate. So if you need to go more, you can, or if you have an oopsie, because we're human, it's okay. Because this remodel plate, you can see, covers quite a lot. I usually like to go a little bit lower, but you also need to have room for the tub spout and the shower head above it. So we might just go dead center on this and then open up extra as we need to. We'll try to press what we can. The roughen valve that I have is sweat, so I might pre-sweat it and then press it into place. We'll see when we get this opened up. All right. She's open. What we're gonna have to do, luckily it's copper. It's not brass. It's the only thing I was worried about, because we are in Jamaica, Queens. Sorry if I'm a little muffled. Safety first. So yeah, we'll get this buddy cut out. Make some slices on it. Crack these unions. These are male adapters. So if I could get females on them, I could press them, boom, boom. It'll be nice and, let's say it together, sturdy. Beautiful. Plumbers can't solder anymore. It's a dying skill in the trade. These young bucks don't know what they're doing. Listen, I spent the first 5 years of my plumbing journey soldering before I started pro pressing. So screw you. Shut up. All right. They came out with an auto cutter. People weren't complaining about that. People weren't like, oh, I miss cutting by hand. Some people are against the whole fluxing after you solder. I get it. I was taught not to do this because you contaminate the flux, but it also cleans up the joint nicely. As long as you take a rag after the fact and wipe the fitting off, you are good. And I also I know some people like to spray what they just soldered down with water. I also like to wait a little bit for it to just naturally cool and then spray it down, just so you don't have a drastic temperature change on the fitting and cause any premature fails of that solder joint. And lastly, well, I don't want to be yelling at you, so just bear with me. Lastly, when soldering a shower valve, that's a tough one, make sure that you remove your cartridge. You can solder with the cartridge in place, but why risk damaging? It's gonna be a pain in my ass like this. Why risk damaging the fitting or the cartridge when you could just pop it out and install it after the fact? You don't want to risk damaging those O-rings and plastic cartridge that they make nowadays. And what we'll do, just give ourselves a little extra play. And look at that, we have a pre-sweat ready to go. If you look for this Moen, this posi temp, where are you? It says up, so don't be a moron. Make sure you install it in the correct orientation. I'll just finish cleaning this off. Yes, this won't be seen because it will be behind the wall, but what's it take? A couple extra seconds to just clean something up and make it look nice. You know, we work in the service industry. We are servicing people in their homes. This isn't new construction plumbing where people are never going to see things again. Oh, what does it matter? It doesn't matter. No, it does. It matters to me. If it matters to me, that's what I care about. So, ready to go. I got my press fittings inside already. So what I did was I pre-soldered on longer pieces that I can cut back. So this way I'm not soldering inside the wall inside the client's home. No fire hazards, safety issues, anything like that. All right, let's get inside. He left. I had a little friend visiting me. I just made up the female adapters onto the male adapters that were in the wall. Made sure to hold back on those adapters so that we didn't twist the copper inside the wall. Now, the reason I'm keeping those males is because they were at the same exact height going into the pre-existing shower body. So that gives me a nice level across the two, the hot and the cold. So it'll be boom, like that. The only thing I gotta figure out is I need to get this, the rest of this cut male adapter off of the line leading to the shower head. I just need to clean up and file the piece dropping down for a tub spout, which I gotta see how this is connected and see how the new one is, because the new one, I don't know if it's slip on or twist on. So we'll figure that part of it out. Meow. Oh, another one. All right, so this was fun to do. Before putting any of this in, I press this coupling down here using the Milwaukee close quarter pivoting jaws. This is a slip coupling. So I actually put the press tool, had a piece of, not lamp wick, the thicker rope tied around the press tool just in case I dropped it. And I stuck the press tool inside the wall and was able to press this top coupling on top for the pipe leading to the shower head. And then I was able to rotate this because these two weren't pressed yet. Just rotate it, pull the tool out, and then press it from the front. Now the only thing I need to do, put a piece of backing back here to bring it out a little bit so that it's sticking out of the wall better. And then I didn't put these 90s on yet because I still want to be able to stick my hand in there. So once I do that, we'll be good to go to press it, get the cartridge in, turn the water back on, test this, test that. We're good to go. So she's in. Everything's press. Got the cartridge in. The cartridge, this posi temp, shows hot and cold. Obviously hot's on the left, cold is on the right. In a normal situation where it's piped in correctly, I felt like it wasn't sticking out far enough, but if I go off of this, now keep in mind we do have that that remodel plate. Some people call it a goof plate. This is, so the front of this green plastic escutcheon is supposed to be flush with your wall, so it's actually sticking out a bit, which is fantastic, because once we get that plate on there, then we will should be then, you know, where we need to be with it. So I'm gonna get the water slowly turned back on. I'll get my tools out of the tub. We'll run this for a bit. This was screw on. I gotta check the new escutcheon or the new tub spout to see how that attaches, if it's screw on or slip on. If it's slip on, great. I'll just cut this male adapter off, sand this down, get some of this cocky old solder off there, slide it on. I'm gonna assume we're leaving the shower head because the one that came with the kit that I have is literally maybe 2 inches in diameter. That's pretty nice. So we'll get the water on first before we put any trim, just so we could check and make sure we don't have any leaks behind the wall. Check our new quarter turn angle stops for this pedestal sink, and that should be it. We'll see. So we got the remodel plate on, looking nice and level. It comes with these hold back brackets that just hold it in place. Made sure to leave space off this elbow so that this way this screw isn't touching. You have dissimilar metals touching there. So that's fantastic. The customer said no to this shower head. This thing is like tiny, but they're paying for it. So I figured they can keep that. They'll keep the one they have there. I am going to now get the rest of the trim put on here. Get this squeezed into there. Come on. Where are you? Perfect. So we can get that tightened down. We'll get the handle on there. I'll put a nice little bead of translucent silicone, nothing crazy. I'll have to wipe these walls off after because of the dust. I did the best I could to vacuum while I was grinding. Looks mint, sturdy. I already said sturdy. Ugh, God damn it. Okay, so we got the male adapter cut off, filed off the cocky. Then on the copper, I just put some plumber's grease just to help this slide on a little bit better. Perfect. Now, this is a 5/32 Allen that we're using to tighten it down. You know, Moen used to give these Allens. So the one for the handle and the one for this. I guess they stopped doing that. I mean, every time I used it, I would just throw it out because I had a million of them. But still, nobody cares anymore. All right. So you just want to push it tightly against the wall. Luckily, whoever installed this fixture, they put a piece of backing board behind the 1/2-inch copper dropping down to the tub spout. So it has absolutely no play on it, which is very good for the homeowner. Because that keeps things nice and, I can't say the word again, it keeps it nice and tight against the wall. All right, now that we're all done with this, I can get it translucent siliconed. We'll run it, we'll test it. And that's it.